Good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome to computer online class. How are you doing? I hope everyone is doing good, right? Okay. So today we will continue chapter 2, that is formulas in Excel 2013. Okay. Children, do you remember what we have learned in the last class? Do you remember? Okay, we have seen about cell and range references, and we have seen how to use Excel formulas, right? And we have seen about pointing method and three types of references. Just introduction we have seen, right? In today's class we'll see in detail about the three types of referencing. So do you remember what are the three types of referencing? Yes, relative referencing, absolute referencing and mixed referencing. So today we'll see in detail about this and few more topics we'll see. Okay. So first we'll see about relative referencing. So in the previous class I have given the introduction, right? So in relative referencing what happens is, okay, the row and column reference will change, right? So when you copy the formula from one cell to another cell, the row and column reference will change. So here we'll see with an example, then you will understand it better. Okay, so row and column reference can change when you copy the formula to another cell. See, by default Excel creates relative cell reference. Okay, so the default referencing used in Excel is relative referencing. See, for example, how to type the formula. See, equal to A2 star A2 star A2. See, suppose you want to find the cube of a number. See, the number is given and the cube we have to find it. So first you have to select the cell. Okay, so select this cell, that is B2, and you can enter the formula. So while you are entering formula in Excel, so what is the main point I said? First you have to type equal to, right? So first type equal to, then you can type A2 or you can just click. Okay, so just click the cell A2. Okay, and star A2 3 times you have to multiply, right? 1 into 1 into 1, right? So instead of typing 1 you have to give the cell number, right? So A2, okay, cell reference A2. So A2 star A2 star A2. Okay, so this is simple relative reference. Then you have to click enter. When you click enter, you will see the value here. 1 into 1 into 1, answer is 1. Okay, so the calculator value will appear in cell B2. In this cell, the first value is appeared. Okay. So now you can select the B2 cell again. Okay. Then you can see a fill handle like this, right? So the plus sign will appear here, as I told in the previous cases. So a plus sign will appear. You can click it and drag it down. Okay, so when you click and drag it down, see what happens. So remaining values are getting filled automatically, right? Yes. So it calculates the cube of number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, in these cases what happens, you see, when you click the formula in cell B3, you see, automatically the cell reference has changed to A3, right? Yes. So when you click this cell, you will see the references A4. Okay, so automatically the cell reference has changed. Okay, when you move on from the next rows. Okay, so this referencing is useful when you summarize the row data and want to copy the formula for each row. So if you copy the formula for each row, so every time the cell reference has changed. First A2, then A3, then A4, A5, A6 and A7. Okay, so how many values you want, you can calculate it by using this relative referencing. This is a simple type of referencing. Okay, here no other symbols are used. See, this A mentions the row or column, right? So A column reference and 3, that is row reference. So is there any symbols used in between A and 3? No. Okay, this means that this is relative referencing. So in any formulas, if there is a simple value used, row and column, only row and column are mentioned, then it indicates that relative referencing is used. Okay, as I told, by default Excel uses relative referencing. Okay, so next case we will see, that is absolute referencing. See, in this case, the row and column references do not change when you copy the formula. So in the first case, relative referencing, the row and column reference will change, right? So here we'll see with an example. And here the reference is to a fixed cell address. See, in a formula, if you want to use a fixed value, okay, I'll explain in the example. See, for example, to find the area of a circle, what is the formula used? Pi r squared. R is the radius, right? So what is the value of pi? 22/7 or 3.14. You might have learned this in maths, right? Do you remember? Just recall this, okay? Area of a circle, okay? Pi r squared. So in this case, this pi value, it is a fixed value. So if you want to use the reference value as fixed one, you can use this absolute referencing. Okay, so the formula uses two dollar signs, that is before the column letter and before the row number. So row is always a number and column is always a letter in Excel, right? So before the row and column, you have to mention dollar signs. See, for example, like this. So in the previous case, we have seen just A1 or A2 star, that is different, that is operator. For multiplication, you are using that star. Okay, so other than that, before the row and column reference A2, you are not using any symbols, that is relative. Okay, but in case of absolute, you have to use the dollar sign, okay, before row and before column, not after row and after column, before row and before the column, you have to use this dollar sign. That means this cell reference is fixed, okay, that is absolute referencing. A1 is locked now, it is fixed, okay, you cannot change that value. See, in this case, to find the area of a circle, see here, see a fixed value is typed here, that is 3.14. It is typed in the cell C1. So if you want to type it in any other cell, you can use that, okay, no problem. So every time you find the area of a circle, so for every radius, you have to keep this value as fixed. So if you want to keep this cell reference as fixed or absolute referencing, you have to use the dollar sign, right? So like this, okay, pi r squared. This is the value of pi. In cell C1, you have typed the value of pi, 3.14. Then star, A3. This is A3, right? So 1.5, 2 times you have to multiply. That is radius squared. Okay. So in this example, here is the absolute referencing. Okay. So only this cell reference uses absolute referencing. And this is relative reference. Okay. So now you can click cell B3 and using the fill handle, you can fill the remaining cells. Okay, so like in the previous case, you can fill for the remaining circles also. Okay, so you can find the area of circles for any other values. See, when you copy the formula, it becomes like this. See, if you want to copy the formula in cell B6, it becomes like C1 star A6 star A6. Why, you know? This value will change. This is relative referencing. It will change accordingly, right? But this value remains the same. So absolute referencing remains the same. Okay. Okay, the next type of referencing is mixed referencing. Any guess mixed means? So it's the mixing of both relative referencing and absolute referencing. See here, if the row reference is relative, the column reference will be absolute, and if row reference is absolute, the column reference will be relative, okay, or vice versa. It means that reverse. Okay, see, for example, here in the same cell itself you have both referencing. See, this row value is 1, right? So whether it is relative or absolute, no dollar sign is used. So it means that this is relative referencing. And what about A? That is the column value A. What happens? So here is the dollar sign. So that means it is fixed. That is absolute referencing. So in the same cell itself, you can see both absolute referencing and relative referencing. So this type we will say as mixed referencing. Okay, see here in this case, A is relative and row 1 this is absolute. Okay, see for example, if you want to calculate the table values. Okay, so from 1 to 10, here I will explain with an example. For table 1 to 10, you can use this type of mixed referencing. It will be very easy for you. Simply just click and drag it. You will get the tables automatically. Okay. So if you want to copy the formula, it will copy, and according to that, it will change the reference values. Okay. So here you can see the table, right? So numbers 1 to 10, and here also you have the numbers 1 to 10. Okay. So first, how we will find the table values? 1 into 1, that is 1. So 1 into 2, that is 2. 1 into 3, that is 3. Okay. So in this manner it goes on. Okay. So now see how to type the formula for this. First, here you will select the cell. So this is cell B3, right? Okay, now you see B2 star A3, right? So this 1 into 1, that is B2 star A3. See what happens. Whether this B value will change? Yes, it will change. It will move on to C, D, E, etc. Right? But the row 2, whether it will change? No. So this row is the same. For all cells, you are going to keep this row as fixed, but this column is going to be changed. Okay. So you keep B as relative referencing and row 2 as absolute referencing. Understood? You got my point now? So this column is going to be changed. For each and every column it's going to change. But this row is remaining fixed. So that is a B, that is relative, and 2 fixed, that is absolute. Okay, you have to put a dollar sign in between. Okay, in between means before the row value. Okay, and star. Next you see here, in this case multiplied by A3. What about this A, column A? It's remaining fixed, right? So A3, A4, A5, A6. So that row value is getting changed, right? But the column is remaining fixed. So put a dollar sign before A, and 3 will be relative. But this A will be absolute. You got my point now? B2 star A3. Okay. So which one is relative and which one is absolute? Are you clear? Okay. So if you use show formulas button, you can see the formulas like this, right? So when you click and drag it, you will see all the answers, okay, all the values of the tables. And if you click show formulas, you can see the formulas. See, B2. See, the B is changed, that is relative, C, D, E. But the row 2 is fixed, so it's absolute. Okay, dollar sign is used. Row 2. Okay, similarly in this case, column A is fixed, that is absolute. See, column A, column A, column A, and column A. But the row value 3, 4, 5 goes on. Okay. So next is a circular referencing. Okay, so this is another type of reference which occurs when a formula refers to its own value. See, for example, if you want to find the sum of two values A1 and A2, if suppose you want to type this formula in cell A3, instead you type A1 plus A2, you have typed A1 plus A2 plus A3. It refers the own cell value, right? Okay, so what happens? It calculates the formula in cell A3 and it is calculating again because A3 has changed, right? So this will go on forever. So like circular. So when in this case you'll see a warning message like this. Okay. When you type like this incorrectly, you will get a warning message. And if you click OK, then you can correct the formula. Okay. Okay. This is circular reference. Next we'll see about text formulas. Okay. So a text string or a text value is a sequence of characters on which you cannot perform operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication or division. Okay, so text formulas, here you cannot perform the mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, you cannot perform. Instead, you can concatenate or you can join strings together. Okay, strings is nothing but characters like alphabets. Okay, text. Okay, so you can join these strings together. This is called concatenation. So joining strings together, this is called concatenation. A string may be a text value. Okay, so for concatenation you will use ampersand symbol. Okay, so this is the ampersand sign. To concatenate the strings we use which symbol? Ampersand symbol. Okay, so next we'll see the mathematical operators used in formulas. See, we have exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So, and the order of precedence is given here. So, first exponent. So, in a mathematical formula, wherever the exponent comes, you should calculate the exponent value first. Okay. So, before that, you should find out the answers inside the bracket. Okay, so if bracket is there, you should find the values inside the bracket first. Okay, so next you have to see the exponent. Okay, exponent, this is the first order of evaluation. The next multiplication symbol is star, right? So this is given second order. And division, this is also second order. So both multiplication and division has the same order of evaluation. And then last, addition and subtraction. Okay, both is having the third order of evaluation. This means that in a formula, if an exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction is there, so you have to first evaluate the exponent value. Then you can go for multiplication and division. So from left to right you can follow multiplication, division. Then at last you have to consider addition and subtraction. Okay. Okay, now let's recall what we have learned in today's class. Okay, so in today's class we have seen three types of referencing and circular referencing we have seen and text formulas, right? Okay, so first we'll see the example of relative referencing. So in relative referencing what happens? The row and column reference can change, right? Okay, so consider this example now. Okay, to find the cube of a number. Okay, so number is given from 1 to 10. So you want to find the cube. So first select the first cell and you can type the formula, right? So while you type the formula, type equal to. So first I'll select this A2 and star, A2 star, A2. Okay, 3 times. Okay, 1, 1, 1. Okay, click enter, see the answer, you got it, right? So now using the fill handle, click and drag it down. See the plus sign appears. Click and drag it down. So you got the values, right? So you got the cube of all the 10 values, right? Okay, so this is relative referencing. See, can you see the formulas here? When you click each cell, you can see the formula in the formula bar. So this is the formula bar, right? So here you can see the formulas. So each time when you calculate, the cell reference is getting changed, right? So when you click here, it goes to A4, next A5, A6, okay, A7. So the cell reference is getting changed. Can you observe in the formula bar? Yes, okay. So next type is absolute referencing, right? So let's consider the example. To find the area of a circle, right? Okay. Area. Okay, first select this cell and you can type the formula equal to. So I told you before, you have to keep a fixed value when you calculate this type of formulas. You need a fixed value, right? 3.14. So you select some other cells. Okay. So select the cell G3. Okay, and you type 3.14. 3.14. This is a fixed value. Okay, so when you type the formula here, what you will do? Equal to, this is a fixed, right? That means it is absolute. Okay, so you have to use the dollar sign before and after. Okay, so absolute. So which cell is this? G3. Okay, G3. then $3. Okay, then star, you can type this by R square, this R, and then again R square. Okay, now you clear? So now click enter, what happens? So you got the first answer, then click and drag it down. You will get the remaining answers. Now you see the formula, see what happens. See this? It changes to A4. See here? A4. Only the relative referencing is getting changed, right? So this one we have kept this as absolute referencing, right? So this value is not getting changed, okay? See, this is G3, right? Are you clear now? Okay. This is absolute referencing. Next, we will see mixed referencing. Okay, so numbers 1 to 10 is given. Okay, now we will see how to type the formula for this. So as I told you before in the previous slides, I have explained you, right? Okay, so how to enter this formula? Okay, so now see, I'll type the formula here, equal to, so B will be relative, okay, so B. And this is absolute, okay, star A3, right? A will be absolute. So $A3. Okay. So now you click enter. So you got the first answer, right? So now you click it and drag it till the end. So you got the answers for all the values. See, for example, you check this answer. 5 cross 10. That is 50. See here, 5 and 10 is 50. Right? 5 and 9 is 45. So see, so all the values we got it here. Right? Okay, so this is a mixed referencing. Okay. So next we have seen about circular reference, right? Okay. So consider this example now. So A1 you have one value and A2 cell we have another value. So in A3 cell you want to calculate A1 plus A2, right? So equal to A1 plus A2. If suppose by mistake I have clicked A3 as well, click enter, see what happens. You get an error message. See, this is circular reference. Okay, click OK and you can rewrite this formula. Okay, now you click enter, you will get the result. Okay, this is circular reference. This is an error reference. Okay. And next we will see about text formulas. Okay, how to concatenate the strings. So for concatenation, which symbol we have to use? Ampersand, right? So you type equal to cell A ampersand B ampersand C ampersand D. Okay, this is simple. Click enter. See, you got like this, right? Excel has amazing features. It combines all the strings together. But one thing can you observe here? There is no space in between, right? So to insert space in between, you have to type double quotation inside it. Okay, so inside the double quotation you can leave a space, so that you will get a space after Excel, after has, amazing. So you will get a space in between. Okay, so let's see how to type the formula. Okay, equal to A1. After A1 you need a space, right? So A1 and double quotation space double quotation. Okay, then you can type an ampersand. Okay, ampersand B1 ampersand. After that you need a spacing, right? So double quotation space double quotation. Then you type ampersand. Okay, ampersand C1. After C1 you need a spacing, right? Okay, so C1 ampersand double quotation space a double quotation. Okay, and ampersand D1. Now you see what happens. Now if I click enter, see what happens. Okay, enter. See, you got spacing in between, right? Excel spacing has spacing, amazing spacing features. So to insert spacing inside the double quotation, you leave a space. Okay. See, another example is here. See, if you want to fill a series of values. See, in this case, suppose if you want to enter a string value like this. See, for example, I want the answer like this. Jasmine Kaur having employee ID E101 got the salary 65,000 rupees. Okay, so in this manner you want to form a sentence. Okay, so for that what you can do, how you can type the formula, let's see. Okay, so here I want this answer, so I'll type the formula equal to, okay, first cell B2 I'll select because Jasmine Kaur I want first. Okay, Jasmine Kaur. Next, ampersand, you have to concatenate the strings together, right? Ampersand. Okay, and inside the double quotation you give, you want to type a sentence. Okay, so having employee ID, having employee ID. Okay, so this one inside the double quotation will be displayed as such. Okay, okay, having employee ID, you have to concatenate. Next you have to concatenate what? Ampersand A2. This is the employee ID, right? So ampersand, next again ampersand, you have to type got salary. Okay, so I'll type got salary. Close the double quotation. How much salary? That is in cell C2, right? So ampersand C2. So now you click enter. See, you can see like this, right? Jasmine Kaur having employee ID E101 got salary 65,000. So now you click it and drag it down. See, remaining person's employee ID and salary you can see here, right? Yes. Okay. So automatically see what happens. This B3 value is getting changed, A3 is getting changed and C3 is getting changed. Okay. When you go to the next one, it will be like this, right? So B4, A4 and C4. Okay. So this is concatenation. Okay, dear children, I hope everyone is clear with today's topic, right? So if you have any doubts in this, you can contact me and you can clarify your doubts. Okay. Okay, thank you, dear children. Have a great day.